Hi, my presentation is diametrically opposite to what we spoke about earlier. So, who works in a big corporation, a big enterprise company? Raise your hands. And Agile, have you tried Agile somehow, just to play with it, to do anything with it? Only if you. Okay. I would like just the time I have, just to talk and. Um, So let me give you a story. So how at MTS in the last year, so been applying Agile, and uh, and we've been attempting to change the corporate culture. And so what we got and what challenges are faced. Just ask me questions. Okay, I work on Agile, so we help different companies to change from inside. And that's when we talk about large corporations with big legacy, hardware, software. It's very difficult just to come in and change everything. So it's in a matter of several hours. And how did we all started? How did we all started? So then she talked to Max Dorofeyev and she asked him to do the retrospective analysis and he was busy, so he asked me, and thus I started to work for MTS. And so we spoke about doing what is retrospective. Do you know what retrospective? So we decided to do it for a couple of teams, and so if we feel that something is wrong, so we just stop, then we look back, and so then what can be improved at the initial stage, so that it won't be too late to do anything. So we talked to everyone, and we realized that the retrospective approach, the retrospective approach, won't help much. Have you ever tried to start running, jogging in the morning? And who is still jogging in the morning? Yes, only a few. Same approach, same stuff. So we have this agile transformation framework. I can picture a company, so leadership, strategy, structure, process, people can represent a company just in this shape. And so this pyramid, which is referred to as culture. So just imagine that you want to start jogging, right? And you go shopping, and you went to a sports shop, and so let's do a retrospective of your running or your jogging, because you want to buy running shoes, and do you know that running shoes will the different prices. So that okay, start running. Let's see how put yourself on the treadmill. Start jogging, and then we'll see. So and I started to jog, and so they started to retrospect me, and then I bought running shoes and outfit and everything, and so they say that I want to jog, but I don't have a fitness bracelet, and that's why I can't start. So when we talk about companies, it's the same story, the same approach. Because usually improvements we try to do them via process, and it's like buying running shoes and then fitness band and then become a great jogger. But the problem is that when we try to do something that we don't know well, so we so then the culture of the company is goes under stress. And so the company is becoming confused and stressed, and because your culture is so the culture of a big company is much stronger than the project culture. So there is an old proverb that a corporate culture so has processes for breakfast, and so then you can improve, and then the company gobbles it up for breakfast. Yes, and then says so go back to square one and work along the lines of the system that they were accustomed to. And so then they need to change all levels of the company, not only fitness band, but running shoes and outfit, but the entire system needs to be overhauled. And so first you need to do what? So you need to go to where do you want to go? Is direction of movement. Who do you want to become? So then we've done some sessions. So we did the vision study, and so that's a real case study. So how I want to change in which way. So then and so that's the definition. So IT, that's the definition of IT. So we joined with the customer in closely knit teams, and so then we want to deliver our products quickly with high quality, value-added products to our clients. So with the help of modern development, validation of business ideas, and sustainable improvement of processes and technologies, like in Yandex. It's impossible. So so then. If you follow closely what Sberbank has been doing recently, and so then silos. So that each functional department is a silo, right? And so then the challenge of these companies is that the silos don't interact. there's no communication, right? And at the same time, so there is this difference between when we spoke about collaboration, but we can talk about communication. What's the difference between collaboration and communication? What's the difference? Who knows the difference? Okay. Yeah. So then, so collaborated, but it didn't work out. So there's a problem. So the story goes like this. So I visited a big company recently, and we had lunch there. And 40 minutes later, we go back to our jobs, and then they produce their cell phones and so on. Incoming mails, 68 mails, 78 mails. I won, right? Having that we had during lunch, we got so many letters. It means that the communications in the company are designed. Everyone is sending messages to everyone else. But it's no impact, and we want just to make sure that people who are in different functional silos, marketing, sales, IT, and so this kind of IT, that kind of IT, so testing, whatever, operations, so that they could collaborate with each other, efficiently cooperate. Слушай, не закончится действительно. And so then another story for this company. The company should not be only closely knit and good, but product teams. And I spoke at a banking conference, so then project management at banks, that's where I was. So to manage projects is not fashionable. What do you need to manage? Yes, you need to manage teams. No, you need to manage products. Yes, exactly, because it's the products that create added value, and by way of good products, you become better as companies. And the project is certain activity. It's like in this example. So they lived for the projects, and so then. So what you are as the project manager, when you are a good guy, so what, but when you do what? So when budget, timelines, and scope, right, and deadlines, that's exactly when you've done it within budget and then deadline. And then the customer signed up the commissioning. And that's when you get the bonus. But the essence of the company's activities is not that. That's because there's one silo signed an act for another silo. But so the product should be marketed quickly, efficiently, and the product market fit should meet the customer's requirements, meet the demands. And that's why modern companies, what they want to do is the companies are striving to manage products. Departments, not around silos, but the departments by product lines. Yeah. Okay. Deliver fast and deliver value as well. That's very important. And so how to translate this vision to all others? Because it took us about a couple of weeks to understand it, to develop it, and now just we wanted to increase awareness. And so then a set of values that we needed to identify, so value added, essence. And so then one of the most important things was
в рабочей встрече, когда вот у вас люди вот общаются прям не как люди, а прям реально как функция.
Иди ешь. Иди ешь. And that's when we get this. So they are expecting something from us, we're expecting something from them, and that's etc. And that's how everyone is supposed to do. So there's no target-oriented effort. And so there's communications, agreements, but nothing serious. And so what do you think? So this would be useful for your company? What do you think, these things? Yes, they would be useful. Sometimes they ask me on Agile. So it's outside the IT brackets, right? Yeah, so Gazprom Neft, and so they're building gas filling stations, and the CEO is asking me, what is on Agile? What is it? So I don't understand. Explain. So it looks like common sense, right? Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's common sense. On Agile is common sense, but unfortunately, traditional companies don't use it, but not fully. So our task is just to use the common sense and to make it systemic. Common sense. That's it. And that's how we developed our visions. So we had nice days and warm and agile. And so the story goes like this: it's culture that actually is around our pyramid. And when we do any changes, so culture consists of what? Value. And so just these are things that are standard working approaches at the company, and so practices, current things that people are used to, and so then we do transformation through habits. Yeah, because if we manage just to change people's habits, then people will change their attitudes, and attitudes will change the way the system works. Yeah, and so that's very good. And so people will understand the change. habits need to be changed. There are just eight or nine main habits we selected that we want to introduce, and so 4 of them is the most important: collaboration. Yes, because that's cooperation for the sake of the main target. So collaboration. So so they have. So that's, for example, send the message to them and they don't answer you. Why don't they answer? Because they're not interested to answer. So we need to change that. So then early incremental deliveries. So then big projects to move over to every week. Small project incremental deliveries. Small. Then product thinking is when we learn as a team, not just to not to carry out our jobs that a certain department so wants us to do something as like good product teams. So they not implement requirements, but they so any requirements are regarded as hypotheses, and then with this hypothesis, so we need to develop and analyze them quickly and act upon them. And our teams and developers will go to different points of sale and supermarkets and would interview them, and so then the programmers would do that, and that was very useful because they were learning so the paradigm, so how this thing works, what kind of products are needed, not only just to put together a project, but why do we need this product and who needs this product. That's what our transformation map looked like. So vertically, so people, leadership, technologies, and on the Y axis, so then delivery, thinking, improvement, retrospective, etc. Yeah, there is one habit, we call it teaching. What is teaching? What is teaching? So then our visual culture, and coaching. We transform the management style, and the management stop being a kind of bossing around style. So the bossing, yes, to remove this bossing around. And so managers should start, so any managers, so starting from CEO all the way down to the line managers. So they need to guarantee the function, need to help. They put in and to address the issue of making sure that the company works efficiently at the same time developing non-stop. So here is the task. And so why haven't you done it? So helping. So you understand how to do it? Yes, I know how to do it. And the second habit, is so within every big company we need to teach. So then there are special competencies to find loopholes, so to be able to address issues much faster than through standard bureaucratic channels. And this is very good. Because by default, sometimes people very often say, so why can't you do it? Because why you're behind time? No resources. Why? Why you're just falling behind? So then it gives the reasons why they couldn't do it on time. So then there's a new term, corporate whining. Corporate whining, and that's exactly what it is. So we fail to do that because it's somebody else's fault. And this is not good. It's meaning shifting responsibility. And maybe it's true that there are no resources, but it does not move the team forward. That's the problem. And then, by way of example, this is structure. We decided to stop. We started to move forward. Just we cannot do it overnight. Traditional resource model, when people just were enlisted for different projects. So 100% so involvement in product teams. Cross-functional product teams are, and we realized that what's important to invest in development. So the I people and smart people who are experts in their field, and our task is to work as a team, to be able to help each other, support each other, etc. And so then our task is to develop these people who are experts in other people, but those can help adjacent areas, etc. And incremental financing, so standard sickness of any companies, budgeting once and for all. So there's a product, so the more we get the money, the more chances that it will work well. We'll put it together well. I've seen many situations whereby so manager of the project and so for several months is getting ready to defend his project, and lots of time is spent to develop a presentation, to write a presentation. So then we have to move over to more flexible, fast, small piece incremental financing. So to add some flexibility. Couple of examples. We started with a pilot program. Everything was so bad. So we started out. So Yandex company looks like that for enterprise solutions. So with big legacy company. So we put the team into one big room. And so we renovated it. Wanted to paint the walls green. When I suggested that, he said, "Dima, are you nuts?" So green is not the corporate color of MTS, and that's why they painted it pink. And so they painted the walls pink. It's a very difficult task. And then we did this headquarters, and once a week he would come in.
Дальше, что еще в комнате?
What else? What else do we have? Visualization. Everything can be seen, what is there and how. Once I went in, people are sitting, and I look at the dashboard and see hell there. What happened? Why are you not running here and there? We are waiting for someone to correct something. So what we have now is transparency. It took us 60 persons, different experts, and we, in the process of transformation, kept everyone we need and gave away all the rest. One more point is when we have been purchasing a platform and we decided to provide quick result and launched an internal startup. And install a new product within 3 months. We didn't have enough money, but we looked here and there, got some 3 developers who were ready and who had an opportunity to do that. That was also an interesting case. With almost zero budget, in 3 months we delivered a product. That was good. And the second pilot startup was good for an enterprise, an unusual one when we used the vendor resources and developed a product within a few weeks. The vendor helped us. We just tested it. That was a precedent of vendor cooperation in the agile mode. So people do not work with vendors in this mode usually. What? Our company and the vendor company were 2 silos with a big wall in between, and we cannot eliminate such wall in any other way than bringing his people to our premises, our people to their premises, to work as one team. So all bureaucratic borders are eliminated, but we have to provide security, safety, and business value. And we paid to the vendors for their employees to work for us, and they work full-time. And that was quite simple for us to do that. We just found a room, and in 3 weeks, it took us 3 weeks to develop a product. So we used it at a test stand because production servers have not been purchased yet. They couldn't do it quick enough. We developed the product quicker than they procured and installed the servers. What for? We did it to get feedback. Then we started scaling up. We collected 10 projects, 10 managers, and started visualizations. We started meeting once a week at the dashboard, trying to find out what is going on, what can be the next step, what should be the priority. And the people, when we organize an inter-project meeting, people said, well, losing the time. Oh, why not just working? You have to survive that moment of doubt and continue pressing on. And in a couple of weeks, perseverance gives the fruit. I couldn't believe it at the beginning. Because people started talking to each other what is happening to their projects themselves, even without any moderator. They learned how to do that themselves. They even calculated business metrics, measured them. If you ask your people now, how do you measure success? We often say, oh, it's not our business. Oh, you heard that. Then the process of development started. The further, the faster. People learned good things and started spreading knowledge and skills across. People can come together in a big room and talk about one interesting thing. Julie and I organized a huge conference. 100 persons came. At first conference, what are we going to talk about? And then we had 12 or 14 subjects. Everyone loved it. We went to different business units, even to adjacent companies. This is the way our training looks like. This is a presentation. What do we know about our future users? This head of B2B sales is talking about why I am part of the process. Why do I believe Agile? What kind of profit she gets? Just a couple of minutes. What kind of changes we had? You can implement Scrum quickly and easy, but transformation takes a couple of months. Even more, it took us 7 to 8 months. We changed the mindsets, the skills, the habits, the behavior. The first product was developed in 3 months, time to market, which is better than before. The second product, time to market, was 3 weeks. 3 weeks only. It's a very good, tremendous result. And we are preparing the new wave of transformation, and so on and so forth. And I'll tell you about the results next year. Thank you for attention. Have you got any questions, please? A couple of questions, no more. Michael? B2C, B2B, yes, we have both. It's a pilot program. Basically, it was B2B. The 2 products I mentioned were the first B2C ones. Can you specify more? I cannot hear the question, sorry. What's the difference? Everything is the same. Certain people use our products. We go to them, we have to know them, get to them, and get feedback from them. That is the case, but we are not ready yet. 7 months is too little for such a company. Well, all the silos have to focus on products. Well, if you have any more questions, please do it on a one-on-one basis. Let's thank Dmitry and move on.